Let me tell you a devil that some of you are dealing with and you don't even know it. This devil is a thief. It steals your joy and your confidence. It makes you blind to your own growth and your progress. This devil is called comparison. Wait, don't leave yet. Just hold on. Don't be so sure that you're not dealing with comparison. Because comparison is very sneaky, very smart. It's what we call green snake or that green carpet grass. It makes you feel like you're being motivated. And meanwhile, on the inside, is a destructive force. Like in reality, it's a destructive force. It makes you feel inadequate. It makes you feel unworthy. It makes you feel stuck. Comparison will blind your eyes that you will not even see your progress. You will not see your growth. You will not see that you are progressing. It will make you feel inadequate. It will make you feel unworthy. It will make you feel stuck. And this thing gives anxiety, like will lead you to anxiety. It can even lead some people to frustration, depression. That's comparison. Comparison, very sneaky. So today, let's talk about it. Today, we're going to talk about how to recognize comparison when it's creeping into your life. And more importantly, how to kick it out. Let me do a proper introduction because I don't know if you'll be watching this or you'll be listening to this on YouTube. Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is Her Growth Institute. This is where we grow. This is where we thrive to fulfill in all areas of our life. And if this is something you're interested in, kindly subscribe to the channel, like, share, subscribe. And if you know somebody that this video is going to be good for or content like this will be good for, kindly share with them. We also have an Instagram page, a TikTok page. Do well to follow and let's grow together as a community. So back to comparison. Social media is the number one thing I want to talk about. Social media is that platform that easily makes us compare ourselves to other people, compare our growth to other people. Now, social media is a double-edged sword. Social media, it entertains, it educates, it inspires. Like there's a lot of good things on social media. It's that space where people get to connect, people get valuable connection and, get to explore their creativity. But in as much as social media is it gives a lot of good things, social media is also that one door that opens the door for comparison. Most of us will spend time on social media. We use social media a lot. And for people who are trying to grow, even people who have attained a certain level of success in their life, they allow comparison to sneak in with just social media, the way social media is. Now let's talk about influencers that we all follow, or like if there are people that you follow. Now that's why I said comparison and motivation, comparison disguises itself as motivation. We follow some people, they motivate us, their lifestyle, their clean pictures, everything, their achievement is so nice. Social media is that place where you can come on and just show your achievements and to inspire people. Some people, just to boast, but some people to inspire, some people just to post because, okay, this is it. But the way we now consume it is different. The way comparison tries to show up in our life, it tries to creep in is, through social media. For example, you follow an influencer, they inspire you, but when you get to a point where you start feeling anxious, you start feeling less of yourself, you don't see your progress, you start to ask yourself, why can't I be like this person? Why can't I have all these things that this person have achieved? You start beating yourself up, you start getting depressed, you start getting frustrated. That's comparison. It's no longer motivation, it's comparison. I feel like at some point there was a way social media painted love, romantic relationship to us, to even young people. You see, and all these some unrealistic things that you hear from people that you follow, telling you about romantic relationship and everything, how when you get somebody, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, a perfect picture, a perfect life. That's what I'm about to say. Some people paint out, they give out this perfect life, but life is not perfect. And then you start having unrealistic expectations. You get into a relationship, you discover that things are not going the way you wanted. Not to say you shouldn't look forward to a good relationship. Of course, there are signs, there are things that you see in relationship and you have to run for your life. I'm talking about unrealistic expectations that you have just from watching people like that, or just listening and consuming things on social media about romantic relationship. And so instead of you to be patient and both of you you have to walk through the process, you start comparing yourself, you start comparing the relationship with this person. Oh, I thought this was like this was like this, but you're not even in their house, you're not in that relationship, you're not present there. It's what they want you to see that they give to you. Now I feel like I want to tell you that social media is more like, should I call it illusion? Not really, I don't know the proper word to use, but it's not real. It's like an illusion. It's not, some things on social media are not real. Some things on social media, they are not real. Now let's talk about this body image, this unrealistic beauty standard that social media have set down for us. I always say do what makes you happy, but at the same time I feel like especially when it comes to body enhancement, this body image, there's a way social media has painted the perfect body image. You have to be perfect, you have to be like this, and we are not created to look a certain way. We have different body types, we have different body types, different things that contribute to the way we look. But you can actually change and maintain yourself with workout and some things. But I feel like comparison has driven some people to go and enhance their body. Some people whose body is still okay, that their body is still nice, you see them going to enhance their body, going to enhance some things that is not meant to be. And we've seen negative results from people like this, and then they later regret their actions. They're like, if I had known, I'll have just leave my body the way it is. I'm not saying you should not enhance your body, do what makes you happy, but at the same time there are some people who doesn't even need to go through this process. It's not even easy, it's very painful. It's not like taking a short injection, whatever. It's much more than that, but then not for a particular health reason. I feel like sometimes this enhancement are meant for some set of people. Probably something is wrong. Yeah, some people do is it rhinoplastic, is that what it's called, nose surgery, because some people they came with deformed nose and everything. But for you, that your nose is so nice, so this, but because social media have been painting one kind of image for you, you want your nose, the bridge of your nose to be more lifted, and then you go ahead. Like I said, you look okay, you look nice, your nose is so perfect, but you feel like it's not perfect because of that thing that been planted in you. You go ahead and do this enhancement, and it's painful. It's painful, most especially this BBL of a thing. We've gotten to, this time where even people start making you feel like if you don't have this big bum, you can't fit into the society. But no, never forget that everybody was created differently, and this is your body type and whatever. If you are doing something, you should do it because you genuinely want it. It's because you are happy about it, and you think about it, not because of what the community or what social media have painted down for you. So yeah, that's one of the things, that's one of the way that social media has influenced our life, and it has made us to start comparing ourselves with other people. Another thing that fuels comparison is peer influence. Peer influence is another way in which comparison creeps into our life. Like I said, this thing disguises itself, like it makes you feel like you're being motivated. Normally in life, there are some, you get to a certain stage and you feel like at this age I should at least have achieved this level of success. I should at least have this, have that. It's not like you are even comparing yourself to your peers, but if you're not careful, comparison can set in the sense that you start weighing your friends' achievement and you start weighing it with your own. Now I have a story that I can tell when it comes to comparison, and when something is not healthy, like unhealthy competition. When I was in secondary school, GSS for that matter, there's this, what's it called? I have another story that I can tell, but I feel like when it comes to peer influence, comparison kind of like have boundary. It shares boundary with envy and jealousy. Yeah, let's just say like that. So when I was in secondary school, we normally do CA test. I mean, every school does that, but the way at the end of each term, you get to give prizes to the first, second, third position. Things like that are meant to encourage students to concentrate more on their book. But there's this thing that we normally do in my secondary school. Instead of waiting for the exam, like the end of the session, we do it like you know f- each test. At the end of every CA test, we normally have the week for test. We have test timetable. We do it for like 3 days, or a few times when they want to punish us, they'll just bring the timetable, bam, for 2 days. So at the end of CA test and after the accumulation and everything, they'll give prizes to the first, second, third, like book, school notebook, three for first position with 3 pen, two book, 2 pen, like that. And well, I was just reading my book. I was just trying to make my parents proud, not for the book, honestly. Like, to be sincere, I was just reading my book and just doing what I know how to do. And sometimes I came third. That was in junior secondary school. When I got to senior secondary school, it's still the same school. When I was in my SS class, oh god, I didn't get any of that. But I remember this student, this F class, because we have A, B, C, D, E, F. I remember F class. I saw them as people who were into unhealthy competition, because their classmates. Although this was meant to feel like competition, but I feel like it should be healthy competition. And if you're doing it, you should do it because you really want to like have this prize. You want to win a prize. You want to do well. You want to be at top of the class. But because on Saturdays in the afternoon we're normally free, no night preps on Saturdays, a free time, so you can go to class and read. It's normally quiet because most people are in the hostel, and you can actually switch class, just go to any class and read. And then there was a day I was studying with some of these F people. I've already noticed this pattern, and that day became more clear to me. They were reading, studying, and the goal, when some of these people were reading, the goal was to surpass somebody and have this position, and be called on the assembly. Because sometimes it's flex, that when they call first position, because we had some seniors then, and classmate juniors who were so constant, they're so bright, so intelligent, that there was even this senior, whenever it's time for a class, the first position, and everybody is going to echo like this particular person. Yeah, but it was so funny because in that process of reading, the girl that was leading, who was so intelligent, so smart. And so there's this other girl, whenever she's reading, she's always staring at this girl that's leading the class. Like, she looks at her, the way she's reading, and the thing is, she's never reading. At this point, we are cramming. Like, I can't even say it's bad to cram, because there are sometimes things are not entering, you just have to cram. But then this girl, she'll be reading, she'll be looking at the girl. Let's say she wants to drop her book to quickly go do something, but when she looks at the girl, this girl is still reading. No, she's not going to stand up, like, she'll still sit there. I feel like it's something like that is so different. It's good when this is an healthy competition. This person is doing well, taking prizes. Okay, let me read. I can also like top the class, or I can also get a position. But let me just tell you the funny thing. The girl never got to get a prize. That's it. But not because she's not intelligent. She's doing well. But I just feel like if she had told herself, I'm just going to read, I want to get this prize because I really want to get this prize. I really want to do well in my study, rather than, oh, because I don't want this person to get it, will have been so nice. I have another example, like a personal example about a friend. Now, sometimes some things when... Okay, no, I'll save that for later. But to be honest, this peer influence, I feel like I've been a victim of comparison. That's one of the way that comparison has crept into my life. And some of us, we are probably dealing with this. But at the end of the day, we are humans. When you see somebody like doing well, and you just feel like what's going on with you, forgetting the fact that you are on a different journey, and your journey, like, you're not walking on the same lane. So the earlier you know that this is comparison, the earlier you awaken yourself that this is no longer a motivation or a reality check for me. This is now getting to be this enemy called comparison. Then it's time to shut it out. Now, the last one, let's talk about parents. Our parents has been some parents at the door in which comparison creeps into children's life. So this area where parents tend to compare their children to, comparing siblings and comparing their kids with other kids. I did not see Yalagbaja, he came first. What are you doing with your life? This, that. Like this harsh way of talking to them, or among siblings. Why can't you be like your brother? Why can't you be like your sister? You saw how your sister did well, this, that, like that. Now siblings have different strengths, different weakness. I feel like parents should, not talk like that and encourage wisely, but we parents have to be careful, because there can be a door to there can be a door that allows comparison to creep into kids, to creep into people. And especially when it comes to siblings, it start building up resentment, before siblings start to dislike each other. And when some parents do this, they tend to start doing this favoritism that is so obvious, and kids tend to hate themselves. So we've identified 3 ways in which comparison can creep into our life. So let's talk about how to kick it out based on the way they come in. So for the first one, which is social media, now it is important we take regular breaks from social media. If going through your Instagram gives you anxiety, if going through your Instagram reminds you of your previous failure, or the previous thing you did that didn't work out, then it's time to do a reality check and start taking regular breaks, important breaks from social media. When you scroll too much on social media, if you're dealing with anxiety, if you're dealing with comparison and it's coming from social media, and still you are still consuming content, a lot of content from social media, scrolling for a long time on social media, and you're even going to that page of people that are giving you this anxiety, then you're not helping yourself. So it's time to cut out social media. Reduce the way you use social media, and if need be for you to unfollow some account for a particular time, it's for your own mental health, it's for your own development, it's for your own growth, then do it. Go ahead and do it. Or if it's that you will mute their post for some time, depending on the time you're going to heal, depending on the time you're going to kick it out, then you should go ahead and do it, because at the end of the day, your life matters, your growth matters, and you need to thrive in everything. So if it is social media, let go of social media. And also follow accounts that promote self-acceptance. You need to now follow accounts that promote self-acceptance, so that even when you are scrolling through, because you might still get posts from the previous account you follow, from that person, or from similar content like that. But if you also follow content if you follow accounts or watch content that promotes self-acceptance, the moment comparison is kicking in, then you're coming across a content that is going to push it out. So something like that will help you a lot. Also, you need to change the way you use social media. Now it's time to start using social media for your benefit, for your growth. Use it to seek for information, use it to educate yourself, use it to develop your creativity. And that way, you're going to push comparison out of your life. Now, for peer influence, I kind of overemphasize how important it is to keep positive people around you, how important it is to keep positive friends around you, people who want to see you grow, people who genuinely support your growth, friends who encourage you without comparing themselves to you. Because when you start comparing yourself with your friends, then you become the toxic friend. So kicking comparison out now will make you the less toxic friend, and it will help you. From the point of comparison, envy, jealousy sets in. The story I was going to tell you guys, this is where it's going to come in. So there was this friend that I had then. It's not like we don't talk, but maybe once in a year now. So when you have friends like this, signs are already in, but you just ignore because you don't know. I had this friend, and before we finished secondary school, some of us, we didn't have a smartphone yet. We're still using this button phone, and some of us didn't even have this button phone. And so we would like just tease each other in school and just, laugh at each other. And be like, where your iPhone 20, your iPhone 50, something like that. And then we finished secondary school, we graduated, and some of us, like, we live in the same environment. So we know ourselves, we that we are here to get a smartphone. So after we finished, I got my smartphone. My parents got me my smartphone, and we usually see each other. So we saw each other. She saw with my phone on a normal note, as friends that support you, friends that want to see you grow, friends that don't compare themselves with you or are not envious or jealous of you. What do we do at that time is, you don't buy phone, because that's how it is for me, that's how it is for my other friends. Or even if they change phone, like, you hype them, like, hey, you don't get phone, you don't leave us finally. That was even the response of one of my friends. But then this friend that I called a friend, she saw the phone, she didn't say anything. She didn't say, you don't buy a new phone, or there was nothing. She said nothing out of her mouth. And she knew that I don't have this phone before. This is a new phone. In fact, we're talking about something. I even showed her a picture or something on the phone. Still, there's a way she was just looking at it. She didn't even it was so bad. So bad. She didn't say anything. Okay, I didn't say anything also, because I felt like, on a normal note, this is not how you should behave. Now, the following day, guess the first person who tested me? It was her. She chatted me, oh, what's up? How you doing? I'm like, I'm fine. The next thing, she was like, what's the name of your phone? I told her. How much did you get it? I told her. Where did you get it from? I told her. And the next thing, she was like, okay, thank you. My dad is giving me money today, and I'm going to go get mine. I'm like, oh, cool. That's good. Innocent me didn't even know this is a red flag. This is a big red flag for a friend who didn't even tell you, oh, you don't buy a new phone, have fun, hey, congrats, all those stuff, or you don't finally leave us, which is something that we normally say to ourselves. And her just chatting me up the second day and just making inquiries about the phone. But me, I didn't even know. So I was like, okay, wow, I was even hyping her and just, making her feel good. And I told her, and she said, okay, can I follow her? I told her, definitely, I can follow you. We went there together. Oh, before that time, that was when she came to my house. I felt she was test running the phone. She used the phone, took some pictures and everything. That was in that same day. Later, some minutes, she went home, got the money, and we went to get the phone together. It was later, and I started seeing these same patterns repeating itself, because we'll be having discussion, just about some certain things, and then the only thing, she just wants to talk about herself. She just wants to talk about only herself, only the things that are good about herself. And even when you are trying to bring up something similar, maybe you were able to get something similar, something good, she's going to wave it off. You can't have the stage, only her. And that was where I knew this is not a friend I can keep around me. People like that are not your friends. You should let them go, because it's going to affect you. Before you know it, you will change. You will now see it as a normal thing. You won't celebrate your friends' win. All you want to do is, when they have something new, what you want to do, you just want to compete with them. You're comparing yourself with them. How do I surpass them? This person got a car today. How can I get a bigger one? Not even for your own achievement or for your growth, just because you want to battle with them. So when it comes from friends, it becomes jealousy, envy. And finally, parents should please stop comparing their kids with other people's kids, or comparing siblings. Kids have different abilities, different strengths, different weakness. So they should try and develop the strength of their kids, rather than comparing them with other siblings, or comparing them with other people's kids. They should encourage them. There's a way you can encourage them to do better, not telling them, why can't you score this? Why didn't you have this? Look at this person kid. This person had this. No. Please, parents, please. Because things like that can make kids feel less of themselves. It can destroy their self-esteem. It can kill their dream, and they might never get to pursue that goal, that good thing that they want to pursue. So that is everything today. I hope this was inspiring. I hope this motivated you. I hope this, made you think about yourself, to know if you're actually being motivated, or you are dealing with comparison. If you listened to this point, you are a true HGI family, and if you are yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Because I know this was so helpful to you. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video, share this video with somebody that you feel is going to be helpful to. Also, if you are yet to follow us on Instagram, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, on TikTok. I will leave the link in the description box, and that's it. Thank you so much for listening to the audio, and I'll see you, or you hear me in the next audio. Bye.